Are you ignoring the active warning signs your body is sending you right now? And are your daily habits quietly increasing your risk of a heart attack? We often think of cardiovascular issues as something to worry about later in life, but doctors are seeing a sharp rise in silent cardiovascular conditions striking people in their 30s and 40s, driven almost entirely by modern lifestyle inputs. Looking in the mirror and feeling fine on the outside no longer guarantees you have a healthy cardiovascular system. To see the true picture, we have to look at what is happening on the inside. There are two distinct crises. First, a heart attack, a plumbing issue. A physical blockage completely stops blood flow to the heart, starving it. Second, heart failure, a mechanical issue. The plumbing is clear, but the heart loses its ability to effectively pump. What makes both of these conditions so dangerous is the symptom vacuum. You can develop up to an 80% blockage in your major arteries and experience absolutely zero physical symptoms. Because the disease hides silently right up to that critical threshold, waiting until you feel sick is a dangerous strategy. We must understand how this invisible accumulation process works before it triggers a catastrophic event. The condition driving most of this damage is called atherosclerosis. This biological process is where cholesterol, fat, and white blood cells slowly stick to your coronary arteries, gradually hardening into restrictive plaque. This buildup is rapidly accelerated by the physical lifestyle inputs of a modern lifestyle. High-sodium diets, trans fats, smoking, and the physiological effects of obesity and diabetes create the perfect environment for that plaque to accumulate. But the environmental and mental inputs are just as severe. This bar chart compares a baseline heart disease risk against common daily stressors. Notice that work-related stress pushes the risk 5 times higher, and severe financial stress spikes that risk by up to 13 times. When you add a sedentary lifestyle or a genetic history of heart conditions to the mix, those risk factors act as multipliers, compounding the damage from the stress and diet even further. None of these negative inputs cause an attack overnight. Instead, they fuel a quiet, decades-long sabotage of your circulatory system. Eventually, the blockage becomes too severe for the body to compensate. The symptom vacuum breaks, and your body begins to trigger its early warning lights. These are often systemic signs that are easy to dismiss. You might feel unexplained fatigue after minor physical exertion, or struggle with shortness of breath, particularly when you try to lie flat at night. This schematic illustrates the mechanical connection between a weak, failing pump and fluid retention. Because the heart struggles moving blood forward, fluid backs up, leading to frequent night urination, a persistent cough, or noticeable swelling that begins to pool in your legs and ankles. Then there are the acute, red alert warnings, frequent dizziness, an irregular or racing heartbeat, and referred discomfort, like a dull ache in your jaw, neck, or upper back. Ignoring these symptoms allows the internal sabotage to reach its conclusion. This is the final stage of the sequence before your cardiovascular system suffers a total mechanical or plumbing failure. Stopping heart disease requires a holistic approach, much like a leaky drum. If you are trying to plug a dozen different holes at once, fixing just one won't stop the water from draining. One good habit cannot compensate for a dozen bad ones. To stop new plaque from forming, you have to eliminate the most damaging inputs. That means cutting out fast food, excess sugar, and deep-fried items that inflame the arteries. You replace them with protective inclusions, fiber-rich oats, brown rice, leafy greens, and omega-3 rich fish actively help to clear the system, while nuts, flax seeds, and antioxidant-rich fruits like pomegranates and citrus reinforce the arterial walls. By treating your daily food intake as a structural defense, you physically alter your blood chemistry. You halt the heart must pump against. By consistently lowering your blood pressure and systemic stress through movement, you can cut your total risk of heart disease in half. You pair that movement with 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every night, giving your body the biological downtime it requires to physically repair cardiovascular tissue. And to counteract those massive work and financial stress spikes we saw earlier, you must implement active stress management practices like yoga or deep breathing exercises to bring your cortisol levels back down. If you ever cross the emergency red line, experiencing severe chest pressure, sudden breathlessness, or fainting, You must stop trying to manage it yourself and seek immediate medical intervention. Your heart beats roughly 100,000 times a day to keep you alive. It is time to return the favor. Get your numbers checked, change your daily inputs, and share this video to help someone else do the same.